It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I gotta tell you.
Tell me.
Can I tell you? First of all, we got some beautiful art on this set.
Yes, we do.
For famous Amos.
The art of Amy Reshevsky. It is beautiful. This is still, if I ever had like an attention deficit disorder, which I probably do.
You do.
All of this artwork could take me to a whole nother level. I sat down, I said, there's a lot of spin and energy here today. This piece I love by Amy Reshevsky. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but happy July 1st, everyone. Can you believe it?
I can.
July 1st.
And today we opened up with a bunch of new shows. We had, no pun included, or no pun intended. We're all totally confused as because he's just missed the pun.
So
that
funny.
was an interesting satire. Very interesting.
Because we said no pun intended, he changed the name to no pun included. And Vinny may go back and forth between no pun intended, no pun included.
That's right.
But that was kind of a funny show. Freddie was listening to the whole thing.
I'm listening to this thing and saying this kid is completely out of his mind, which I kind of like. We also had the morning show, which was a very interesting show. If you guys check it out, ask yourself the questions and be honest. You know, there's a problem with being honest in this world. You can't seem to be honest because you have to be politically correct. And we asked some very deep questions to the ladies and stuff like that. Some of the people got there late, like you guys got there late, you didn't get a chance to participate, but we will do part 2 tomorrow morning.
Of course.
And then the part that I loved today also was?
Music Therapy with Lenny Marine. It's a great throwback. It reminds me of Saturday nights when you're getting dressed, when we used to go out on Saturday nights, when you're getting dressed to go out and all these Time Life series things come up and says, do you remember when? And this was the genre of the year. And that's exactly what you produced on your show. So that was great. And we had Dina, who I call, she's like the gecko. She kind of just melds into wherever you put her. She sits, she sings, she goes in front of the camera, she interviews, she does commercial spots, and she just rolls right with it. She's singing on set. Calloway sings like he does voiceovers, which is hilarious. He sings a sentence, and then he stops. Then he goes like this, and then he stops. So it was really kind of funny. I guess I should stop going out of the camera, sorry.
So Lenny, did you enjoy doing that piece?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Turn on his mic.
I feel like I was kind of at home because that's what I do when I'm at,
Turn on his mic.
when I play. My mom has a piano at her place, and I just start playing. I could just talk. I don't like to always talk about what I'm playing, but I just keep playing and playing more like a medley. I keep playing more songs and just keep going like a kind of like a DJ would, but just with the piano instead of a machine. A turntable. Just keep going and going and remix songs together, you know?
Now you do a whole bunch of different music together, and I started to think about some of the music he was playing about where I was, like where were you when?
Right.
And I started thinking about some of the things with my kids. I guess the older you get, the more memories you have, and it struck a chord with me.
The funny thing is you're not old, but yet you're so old school.
What do you mean I'm not old? I'm a fossil.
You are not.
I am.
You're
Some
in
of the
your
music he was
50s.
playing, I was there when they wrote it.
You're only a couple years older than me, but yet you make yourself seem so much older.
Because you're in denial and you don't want to know that you're old too.
I'm not old. I just pretend to be one on TV.
You practice very well. But some of the music was a throwback to a lot of different things that happened in my life. And, you know, I mean, I've lived a very colorful life. Now, I laugh because Calloway thinks he can sing. He actually sits there and says, beady, 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 and I'm listening to him, and he's not bad. I was shocked that you can actually sing.
A lot of practice in the shower, in the car, you pick up a few things.
He has that deep soprano voice
Soprano?
to pass off Louis Armstrong.
Oh, so that's not soprano.
What is it?
Soprano's
You're the
like
music
the
expert.
high pitched.
I don't even know
Soprano's
what
like-
you would call
Bass.
Louis Armstrong.
You mean bass?
A bass. He has that bass though. It's
No,
like
he
that.
started singing like
Yeah.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
And I'm
It was pretty good.
laughing. I was
Same
laughing.
Louis Armstrong?
Yeah, his voice is so unique. Like I feel like Freddie said, he sounds kind of like the Cookie Monster. You, what a wonderful world.
Callaway does our voice
Our voiceover connection.
connection, which is really unique. And then you got into it so much that Dina started to sing,
Yeah.
which was Dina. We got you on tape. We have sent it to 5,000 people right now. They're all laughing right now because you were just in the groove and doing your thing.
He was doing so good. How could you not sing along?
I was sitting in the lobby. By the way, we had to get a curtain for that door.
I was thinking some beads, actually.
No,
Ooh,
don't get-
that'd
no,
be
you're gonna go
fun. It
hippie.
might get loud
I
though.
knew she was gonna go hippie. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm thinking a beaded curtain. I've wanted a beaded curtain someplace in here since we
And
moved
I'm
in.
old. She's not. That's a 60s thing. You remember in the 60s when they had the beads on the door?
I still
not?
have beaded curtains.
Can you imagine?
You really do?
I have one in my room right now.
You have beads.
Yeah, but they're little
It's a
tiny
thing.
disco balls,
You
each
know how
one.
like old trends always come back, you know? So I do see a lot of girls like they have those to the doors to their room.
It's
Yeah.
funny because
Not that I'm, in a lot of girls'
Not that,
rooms.
he, exactly, not that he knows from the girls' dorm rooms.
I think we're gonna call him. I think we're gonna call him Callaway Hideaway because this guy, he seems to have a lot of stories that he don't want you to really know the truth.
You're funny.
But it's true, Callaway Hideaway.
What I love is camera threes. Oh, the guys always have their heads down, so all you see are their hats. How do you guys put your heads down so low that all you see is the brim of your hat, the top of your hat? We got Slick and Vinny over back.
Now I gotta tell you, I don't know, Teddy. Can you send yourself the video of what we did outside? We have a gentleman here who has a music truck. Now it's called something else in Spanish. ¿Cómo se dice el truck? El nombre del truck. What's the name of the truck? El torpidón de la paisita. And this paisita thing is, I mean, there's a lot of music going on, but you sit in this thing and he plays music in this thing, and he's opened up restaurants as well in West Palm Beach. He has a music, he's like a one-man band.
I love the bus. You're going to see all the pictures that everyone got to take on the bus. Everyone masked, social distancing. You and I didn't even get on to save space.
I know, I'm not very happy about
But I
that.
can tell you, the whole parking lot was looking.
I
all
saw
the
Vinny
warehouse
dancing in the
district was
back, I
looking.
saw Callaway dancing in the back, Dina was dancing in the back, everybody's dancing, and we were sitting outside
It was a
taking
lot
the
of fun,
film.
though.
It was good, it was good. But
But
that's
I love
all.
Fuego. You've taken Fuego to a whole nother level. We actually just ordered lunch from
Ranchecito.
Ranchecitos.
We spoke to
They're
Vivian.
going to go pick that up, and Viviana put the order in through the East Boca location. So, because today it is July 1st, we're having a half-year New Year's Day celebration. Because we all missed sort of the first half of 2020, because this all started pretty much in February. So when you were sobering up from the real New Year from January to February, and we got shut down. So we're going into the next half. We're going to try it again. We're going to have a do-over. So we're going to do over 2020. It started again today.
Now, I had asked my partner here to do Christmas in July 1st.
You said Christmas in July. You didn't say July 1st.
No, first, meaning the first. I wanted to do Christmas first.
And we're going right to New Year's.
And then we go to New Year's. You have New Year's, and then we're going to do Christmas. So like everything else in the year, this is going to be backwards like everything else.
We'll do Christmas later on. We got to
We're
get
going to
some.
do Christmas in July.
We should do Christmas July 25th.
Claudia is going to play Santa Claus. Might as well use a female, right?
Because
Female,
nothing else
skinny,
was working out
attractive
the way we
woman.
did it, right?
An attractive, we might as well do everything backwards.
May as well. May as well start again.
Might as well. 'Cause you remember that Santa Claus is a jolly white man, right? So we're going to do a skinny, beautiful woman as Santa Claus.
I think
Can we do that?
Sounds good to me.
I mean, it's July anyway.
May as well. It's 110 degrees outside.
I
It's summer.
cannot believe how hot it is.
It's funny, Teddy goes, I like your dress. I go, yep, it's a skirt that you've seen. And we just pulled it up a little bit higher for the dress. I can't, the clothes, I don't know how you guys do it because it's way too hot anywhere to be actually dressed appropriately for summer.
Well, when you fell,
I know.
yeah, I bet you wish you had more clothes.
No, I was good. I was very grateful. Actually, I had a long skirt
No,
on
that's not
today
what I'm
when I
talking
fell.
about. You fell in slow motion. Anybody ever fall in slow motion?
I
Dawn
did. I
fell this
fell this
morning on
morning.
her tush in slow motion.
The chair.
And she talked to us on the way down. I'm falling. Somebody call the EMS. All this happened before she hit the ground. I said, yes, you are falling, and you're falling in slow
It was the
motion.
longest 30 seconds ever. Like you couldn't. I remember every time, the whole fall.
I know, you were thinking about E equals
I
MC
moved
square.
the pillow, the chairs went out from under me, the wheels. How do you fall gracefully? How do you not hurt yourself? How do you brace yourself? How do you not let your skirt from hiking up in the middle of production? All of those things went through my head as I fell.
And I just said, there we go.
Ever so gracefully.
Boom.
And
Now, I also discovered, and you guys are going to chime in, that the word hip, you know, hip is hip.
Cool.
It's not used no more. It's like an old man's.
It kind of is, to be honest with you, because like when I was in Massachusetts,
You're gonna
they
be
were
honest
saying
with me?
hip.
You're
yeah.
going to be honest.
To be honest with you, they use it like younger kids use it. They're like, I'm hip, kind of like,
cool.
what is it? Yeah, like I'm with the trend. But I didn't understand
know
it because
what
I thought
hip
hip was an
means?
old
Do you know
old
what
word.
hip means? Hip used to mean cool.
It used to mean cool.
No, they said you don't use that no more.
They use it.
No,
Some
Teddy-
spots in Massachusetts they use it.
Teddy yelled at me. She says, you don't use that no more.
They use it. They still use it. Trust me.
I hear it very little,
Yeah.
to be honest.
They
I don't
use
hear
it,
hip so much, but I don't hear people say, oh, that's so hip. More people say, I'm hip, like, oh, I'm hip. Because like they like put it on themselves more than what the action is.
So it's not used anymore, okay?
That's kind of hip.
Well,
Got her headband,
Okay,
her
and she's a
ringlets.
throwback because what your style that you're working right now with is a 60s style. You got the beads in the hair and everything else. It's a 60s deal.
Wavy sleeves.
Yeah.
well, they use
Girls,
hip and
girls got into that. You know, like the high
girls get away with
Yep.
it, Callaway. They get away with it. I can't even wear Velcro sneakers.
No one should wear Velcro sneakers.
Looking at
Please,
your
no
wires.
one.
well, sli-
Look at all my wires.
Well,
I
I just
ain't
wondered
wired
if-
up.
I wonder
got
if the word
wires.
well, Freddie,
hippie.
they
Does
use
hippie
hip
come from
and
the word
hip
hip?
hip hooray. Does that count?
I'm sorry, you said what?
They say hip and hip hooray. Does that count?
Yes.
Hip, hip,
And I think he
hooray.
has a point
or
too.
hippie, when you say someone's a hippie, does that anything to do with the word
Now,
hip?
let me ask you a question.
Probably.
They used to say, I'm going to pimp you out. Is that not used anymore either?
Pimp you out. I
Pimp
don't
you out. In
think
other
so.
words,
Probably
if you.
not so nice.
That's
No, it
so.
was a business term.
Pimp
And
you
I'm
out.
being
sounds
serious
retro,
for a minute here. No good, right? It has a
I don't
negative.
I'm
think
a
so.
pimp
From what
you
you're saying.
out.
So let's say that Callaway's voice, he has a good voice, right? And I want him to do voiceovers for people. I used to tell people, okay, in the business, I'm going to pimp your voice out. I'm going to pimp you out. And all of a sudden, I used that the other day, and I got yelled at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
he
could probably
racist
say it
on
better.
that.
You could probably say it better to Callaway than you could to me or Dina.
Yeah, I knew that was coming too. This is a woman's world. This is a man's world. This ain't no man's world. This is a woman's world. You
Like if
decide
you
what.
said it to Slick, he'd be like, okay, I got you, man. You said it to
If I said it
Val,
to Slick, he got mad at
you
me.
said it to Val, she may ream you a whole up and down and give you a whole reason why you couldn't say that. Teddy may just give you a look and go, oh,
No, Teddy tells me, no, you can't say that no more. But I don't get it. How do you know what to say and when
We
not
have
to
a
say?
totally different lingo. Like, what's a word that we use? We say fire. Oh, that's so fire. Like fuego. It's like almost the same.
Fire. You say that's on fire?
No, that's so fire. That's
Lit.
lit.
That's so lit.
Hot like
I
fire.
have never heard that in my
it's
life.
so lit.
What about raise the roof? What about that, huh?
First of all, when we said lit, it's lit, it meant
Lit.
something else in the day. It
It's
didn't mean
lit?
that.
It's
It
lit.
means lit. It means everybody
mean that.
light up.
Yeah. That's pretty much
It's
kind of what it
lit.
means. Like
lit,
it's
yeah.
let's say you walk into a party. Oh, it's lit. Like
Well-
it's jumping. Everyone's having a good time. It's lit.
It's lit. It's,
Dina,
explain
I
it.
heard
lit.
someone.
it's lit. It's
It's
lit.
lit.
Like you lit the flame.
There is a lot of like you would see if someone would say lit, there would be like a lot of drunk people, but that means like the party's jumping. Like there's nobody
we
on the
used to
wall,
say
there's
I
no
got lit up,
wallflowers.
meaning I got drunk.
Yeah, that's
They still do
Yeah,
that?
that too. But
need
yeah,
like a-
it. Probably all
Dictionary.
stems from the same thing. We don't just think of these. It probably came from that.
I heard someone say it the other day.
So let me ask you a question. I asked this question over the weekend. If I'm with a bunch of millennials and we're drinking and partying and having a good time, I don't know if I'm saying the right words, but whatever. Does it seem creepy and unusual for a guy my age to be with millennials drinking?
Unless
I
they're
don't
your
think
kids,
so.
yeah.
Unless they're your kids.
I think there needs to be a reason. Like, if
Do it till it bears your
Well, I'm
kids.
gonna
A
give you-
I, if
reason.
I walked into a house,
I'm
and
going
I
to
was-
give you a reason.
I get some, hey, come over, we're all drinking, and I walk in and I see you on the couch, like I'm gonna be a little skeptical Like, I don't know.
Skeptical.
I'm gonna say, what's this guy doing here? You know, what's his deal?
What's this guy doing here?
Lenny, what do you think?
I would. I
What's
say,
the geezer doing here? Gotcha.
I
heard
say
that.
use it to.
I heard that. I heard that. The geezer. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you something. You go and you hang out with me, and you want some digits. You know what digits mean?
Fingers.
I know what digits is.
What's it mean?
I'm talking about.
What's the digit?
You're talking about phone numbers, digits, getting digits from ladies.
What am I talking about digits?
I'm talking about phone numbers.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So let's say you meet somebody, a beautiful, attractive woman,
I think you
or
would
a
be
guy,
like,
because with you, God only knows. But anyway, you get.
you're
you want-
outrageous, but okay. Keep
you want
going.
women,
Keep
and
going.
you want to meet this lady.
Yeah.
And I already know that everybody in this room,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not Lenny, is shy. And you're going to take it slow and almost backwards. But the old geezer,
You got
the
it.
geezer,
You, hey,
go up to the
no.
ladies and say, and how you doing?
No, you guys are
And I
smooth.
bet you $100 I get you the digits.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you smooth,
And
yeah.
I bet you then I got a reason, don't I? Because my son played that card.
There-
on me
there's only a select
until I got him
few.
20 digits.
All right,
And he
yeah.
went out with all of them.
All right, if you get me 20 digits, then then I'm
Oh,
not
then I got a
questioning
reason
why.
for being. Uh-huh.
You have
Yeah,
to prove
correct.
yourself. You can't
Because there's a select few that's just there, just like, just
You see,
there.
because when you're older, you're smarter. And you just got to go. It's either going to be yes or no. They're either going to like you or they don't. It's really
Correct.
simple in math. Oh, let me see if he has a brain. Half the guys in Florida ain't got no brains anyway.
Yeah, I feel like when you're older, you care less too. You're just like,
I'm
We don't
willing
care
to.
less,
I'm
we
willing
care
to party
more.
with anyone. If it's a party, anyone can be there. It doesn't matter who you are. Let's all party. That's all I want to do.
But what if somebody wanted your digits? Somebody wanted to date you. They wanted to take you to dinner at a party just meant them. Would you do it?
Probably not.
I'm just fascinated by the whole dating scene right now because people can't meet anybody.
It's all
No.
on Tinder.
But you
meet at
you
Publix.
can't
I know it's
hook
sad.
up. You can't, I don't mean hook up like hook up, but you can't like actually see them because.
You can.
But maybe people are. Maybe
You
that's
can.
Maybe that's part of the problem.
maybe that's part
You
of the
set up a
problem.
whole romantic piece on her side. 'cause
Tinder's
you know
not
they don't-
romantic.
What?
Tinder is non-romantic.
I don't know what Tinder is.
It's not.
It's an
It's a
online
hookup site.
dating app.
No,
that,
no, I'm not talking about that. That's
Well,
like
how do
Plenty
you
of
meet-
Fish. Well, somebody use Plenty of
Lenny's
Fish.
girlfriend is from Plenty of Fish.
You don't want to go there. You know what Plenty of Fish is?
I don't know, but that seems like a legitimate site. Like Tinder is literally like,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a relationship on Tinder, I don't know if that's.
I don't think that can happen on
Tinder.
Tinder, yeah.
Like it's mostly for just like
Hookups.
One night stands.
Hookups,
like like college kids use it to.
You just know what Tinder is.
Correct.
You know what it is? Women like to be treated sophisticatedly.
Yeah.
So you give a dinner, you put some roses on that side, and then you sit on this side and you use whatever. Somebody's talking in my ear. And you sit on one side.
Maybe they're trying to tell you
I don't know what
something.
it is. No, I'm just picking up garbage. And then you have the virtual date.
Yeah.
And you get to know each other virtually. I mean, you guys do it anyway. I'm watching a movie. My son is there with his ex-wife or wife, whatever she is. And they're talking on the phone about the movie on their phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, aren't you guys sitting next to each other? Yes. And you're talking about the movie? Yes. And you're using your phone? Yes. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't do that. I don't support that behavior.
Talk about uselessness.
It is useless.
He does not support that behavior, is all I can say.
Yes, I'm going to tell you something. This guy has a whole lot of instruction.
We're going to go to commercial break. The music of Lenny Marine is going to take us out. Dina's going to go pick up some food from where, Freddie?
Ranchecito.
Rancheritos. There's an R, not a C.
Ranchecitos.
There's no C.
Give me that.
Oh,
is
I
cool.
love that. This is one of my
Ranchecito.
favorite songs.
Don't come back.
Hey, Claudia. This is ranchecito or ranchetitos? Rancheritos.
Do you know where the song is from?
This is when I wish upon a star.
Can you name who sang this song?
Yes, it was Disney World.
It's actually
Which
from
princess?
Pinocchio.
From where?
Pinocchio.
And there you go.
Jiminy Cricket. That's right.
That's who Dawn reminds me of, is Jiminy Cricket.
Don't you love this song?
I'm going to this. Right after Dawn gets her fill of music.
When Dawn gets her fill of magic wands and music. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Lenny, thank you very much for that. And we'll be right back.
Our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561-437-1080.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. You know, they changed the logarithms again on Facebook.
They changed my ability to even get where I want to go.
I can't share it as a, show or anything else. I got to go to another page to do that.
I'm having the same thing. I thought it was my phone. I actually rebooted it, but they're realizing everyone's doing more and more, which is why BYOB is so important about building your business, building your brand, BYOB, whatever you want to call it. Bring your business, build your brand. That airs every Friday at 11 o'clock with Natalia Levy and Faith Washington. And this Friday, they're going to be talking to your CBD store, which I'm excited about doing.
That's a live interview, I heard.
It's going to be a live interview. And what I'm also excited about, you did not even share, today marks a huge day. Not only is it our new year, because we're July 1st of 2020, Beasley Media now has their first CBD commercial. So thank you to Jody and Beasley Media.
Today.
It's airing today. It's the first day of the
CBD.
CBD.
Aired at 9 o'clock? 10 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
And it'll be airing again at 5 o'clock today.
And it'll be airing this evening as well. Yeah.
So your CBD store, CBD is now allowed on the Beasley Media Network to be aired on radio. It just shows you the change of the times.
It goes to show you that people are listening. CBD does help with inflammation and everything else, and your CBD store is the best. And we're going to be putting that out there as well. And the evening shows from 6 to 8, it's going to be what they call the buffer. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use also our good friends at Dignity Memorial. The man with two first names.
He is so funny, Wayne. Do you ever follow Wayne's posts?
I do.
They're hilarious.
Sometimes I don't get them. It's like a Callaway moment.
His sense of humor is really funny, but dig
don't
even
get
more.
it.
We haven't had Wayne on in a while, so let's check him out, see maybe he'll join us this week.
Yep, and we had a good friend that stopped by today on her way to work.
Tracy McDonough from Healing Moments. Everyone's changing. You know, people are working. Businesses are open, except now that, did you hear that?
It was a car.
Is that a sound effect?
It was a car.
What does that mean?
I think it's loading over there. I think it was Slick passing gas. That's how you could tell he's guilty, because he said what?
You got mesmerized? I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
That with what's going on again, people have to pivot for a second time.
Oh, what I was going to say, you know, Broadway is now shut down until 2021, which is quite upsetting if you love Broadway, you love music, and it's not, people are posting things all over the internet. It's not only the actors and the actresses, it's not only the theaters, it trickles down to so many vendors. You've got costumes, you've got music, you've got the orchestra, you've got lighting, you've got technical, you've got cleanup, you've got custodial, you've got everything it takes for a production. Yes, I know, I see you, I hear you. All of those things. And Broadway is closed. So if Broadway is closed, all the other theaters probably in your local area are closed. This trickle-down effect is tremendous.
Well, what's happening is that we had an opportunity to do the right thing the first time we closed down, to come back stronger and come back healthier, and we're not paying attention. So now what's going to happen is, and I heard the governor say, I am not shutting down Florida. He is not. We have become the epicenter of the United States. Congratulations.
By the way, we're 7.5%. But here's the other side of it.
14.3%.
Of what? Test positive?
Yes, as of yesterday. Turn on his mic.
School is still going to be in session. I know they're opening school next month.
They're demanding kids to wear masks though, but
Yes.
school is still in session.
You know, but the problem right now, Slick, is that if everybody wore a mask right now, today, the entire state wore a mask, the damage is done. What's going to happen in the next 3 weeks is you're going to see numbers like you ain't never seen before. And the difference here is that you young guys, you're going to get over it. I get it. Some of you will get sicker than others. Some of you won't even die. But the numbers don't favor you getting sick. I get it. I had this conversation with my son. The problem is guys like me, guys older than me, people like Dawn that are on the bubble. The problem that's going to happen here is that the older society is going to suffer. The younger society...
I'm on the bubble?
You're on the bubble.
What's the bubble?
You say you're not... Oh, I am.
Oh.
The younger society, what's happening here is that it's going to affect you guys because employment, what you guys need for scratch-a-rooney to get by, is going to shut down as well. And we're not understanding the psychology here. This is a long-term effect on the younger population. You guys need to work. Getting out of school, I believe you have student loans. I believe you guys need to get apartments. You got to get your life going. I get it. Been there, done that. And this is going to stop you guys from doing it because ain't nobody going to do business in this way. Nobody. They're too afraid. So that being said, the pivot for the second time is going to be much more difficult than the first because you have to be dual creative, or do we go back to the original creativity and start again? What do you think?
Claudia. I'm going to pass
think a
over
lot
my
of young
phone because somebody
people
wants to talk to your
Don't
guest.
know what to think right now.
She owns the place next door.
We're
and
like
she's
stuck
like, oh my
in a
gosh, she
strange
saw the truck.
situation because, like you said, everyone's trying to like get their life going, and people who are excited about, you know, starting their careers and stuff are now put on a delay because of this thing. But also, I think like none of that matters if this doesn't stop. So I think the virus always comes first. I think people need to not be acting like everything's fine now. Like when stuff started reopening, people are automatically saying, okay, Corona's over. Oh, Corona's fake, I've heard. Oh, Corona was a fear-mongering scheme or whatever. I think it needs to be taken seriously because obviously it's a real thing. Numbers are going back up when people started acting like everything's normal again. And so, yeah, I think like I like that everyone's required to wear a mask now. You see a lot of like angry old people saying they can't breathe in their masks, but they've done tests and your oxygen levels are the same whether or not you're wearing a mask or not.
What about wearing a mask to the beach?
No, you don't have to do that. I mean, but
Okay, let's start there. Tell me why you feel you don't have to do that.
why I feel, say that again?
On the beach, you don't have to wear a mask.
Because, all right, if you go to the beach, you're not giving me context. If you're by yourself,
Yeah, correct.
then
Yeah.
you're not around anyone. You're just at the beach, okay. But if you go to the beach with
A bunch of
10 of
people.
your friends, then maybe you
Masked.
show up with you're all wearing masks if you're with your friends. But also, you shouldn't be going to the beach with 10 of your friends.
All right, so
I've been going to the beach recently, but I go by myself and I go there just to relax and tan and.
Well, let me give you an example that happened to me on Sunday.
All right.
I went to a beach up in West Palm, and I went to see my grandson that I hadn't seen him in 4 weeks since he's been born, for my reasons. And they showed me the beach. They take me over, and you got to go down a walk, hang a left, and hang a right. You know how they have those walk things? Everybody and their mother is hanging out on the walk with no mask.
That's wrong. Yeah, that's
There's like
wrong.
50 people on the walk. When you walk down, you had to walk through them.
Yeah, that's wrong.
So is that fair?
That's not.
That's not. Yeah, I mean that's.
They should have a
situation where
mask.
People should know better. You shouldn't be.
But they're hanging out. They don't even know each other. They're just hanging out on the beach.
Yeah, that's.
Next
They're
to
thinking
each
they have
other?
like an invisible bubble of safety, but they should have a mask on.
But am
if
I
they're that
wrong to
close.
say something to them on the beach?
No.
I don't think you're wrong because they should know the numbers are out. It's not like it's a false thing.
Isn't it actually
Corona's not
illegal
false.
to do that now? Is it illegal to do it
I don't
now?
think it's ever wrong to call people out for if you see a bunch of people. They're too
You won't be
close.
wrong.
I know, like my dad's done it to people.
It's just a lot of people will take an offense
But
to that.
but I like Callaway's explanation because it's your dad doing it. I'm trying to get you guys to talk to our youth. They're gonna listen to you. I know it ain't hip to tell people what to do. I get it. I coach football with you guys. I understand it. But you're talking about a whole different thing going on right now. I'll give you another example. I go down Atlantic Avenue where the restaurants are at. There's 1 million people on the sidewalks. I cannot even walk through that because I got no mask. So I'm walking in the streets. I go to the store to order a sandwich. The lady making the sandwich doesn't have a mask on.
That's illegal.
So I asked for my money back. And the lady said, oh, you got to go to the back. No. Not that she got to go to the back. I want my money back. And I'm reporting you because shouldn't she have a mask on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
If you're a worker,
You're not
Yeah,
wrong, but
especially
she
for
should
him.
have a mask on, yes.
So this 5-foot kid came out and she says, I'm going to make you a sandwich. Okay, so he made mine. I took it, it was delicious. But everybody behind me started saying, whoa, wait a minute. So I started this whole thing where 20 people wanted to cancel their order. So the lady says to me, but this is the power that the media has. This is the power that you have when you speak up. This is what's going on. So I started to say, I'm going to talk to everybody in Atlantic about her. They sent her home. Now, am I wrong?
No.
Well, they could have just put a mask on her.
No, that's not the point. It's like Callaway said, my dad said, got angry. I don't want Callaway's dad to get angry. I need Callaway to get angry. I need Slick to get angry. I need Vinny to get angry.
I do.
Because you guys, they'll listen to you.
Yeah, I do check them, like when they do come in and they don't have masks. Like I did have a very belligerent customer try to come into the store without a mask, and he thought he had a good explanation. He's like, he's gonna be in and out. I'm like, sir, you're not going past. It was a woman security guard, and he's like a 6'3" guy, and he's like
He's a
5
big
feet
dude.
wide. He's 5 feet wide, and he's trying to go through her. I'm like, dude, you're not coming in here without a mask. And then he got
This is where
angry
you
at me,
work?
and I had a mask on, and then I was backing up from him, but he felt like, oh, he was entitled just to go in for a quick. I'm like, this is not a quick stop and shop. You know, you have to have a mask on.
This is where, Vinny?
This is at Home Depot.
At Home Depot.
Yeah.
So they put you at the door, and you had to make sure.
No,
you had
I
a
was
mask.
coming in to work, and then I had my mask on, and then I just see this guy trying to push this little security guard, like to the side, talking about, oh, I don't want to listen to you. I'm
Kelsey,
like,
come.
you're supposed to listen
Sit
to her. She's security. Like, why when you listen to her, you supposed to wear a mask, sir?
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about.
There's some people that are invincible. Like, they feel like they're invincible that are not abiding by the rules because they think it's fake.
And this is what bothers me. Listen, I love trying to get back to normal. Trust you me, I do. I do, and I believe in our youth. You guys are America's tomorrow. How can I not believe in you? But Lord have mercy, that you walk down Atlantic Avenue and I counted 5 masks.
Well, what do you think's going to happen on 4th of July? What do you think's going to happen this weekend?
Crazy.
It's gonna go berserk.
Because
go
even though the
crazy.
beaches are closed,
Private
Atlantic's not
parties.
closed, hotels aren't closed, the pools aren't closed, restaurants aren't closed. People are going to leave this coast of Florida to go to the west coast of Florida. Fact,
Yep.
they're going
Fact.
to infect more and more people and bring it back here.
Correct.
I know you're going there. We'll
but
talk
I'm going-
about this off air.
I'm going
but
to a private beach.
private beach or not, you are going
And I'm
to the
going
west
bubble
coast
wrap.
like everybody else is
And I'm
going to be
going
going to the
bubble
west
wrap.
coast of Florida.
And I'm going
Bubble
to go
wrapped.
I am not going on the beach.
We'll see what happens. But you and everybody else are going to go from this coast to the west coast. This is not just a brainstorm that you guys had. Everyone's going to be doing the same thing.
I am not going to the beach.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you for the 5th
So you're
time.
you're going to be the exception, but everybody else is going to go to the beach.
I don't want to be the exception.
And if you don't go to the beach, people are going to go to restaurants. And if you don't go to
I'm
the
not
beach,
going to a
people are
restaurant.
people are
What
going to be
part
walking
of
down.
I'm not don't you listening
I
to?
don't mean you. I mean the theys. Everybody else. The yous. The universal yous.
Yeah, they
of
will go
people
to the
doing- I
bars.
don't
They
mean
will
you,
go
I
to the
mean
restaurants.
yous.
They will go to anywhere that's open on 4th of July. Because that's how they feel 4th of July should be celebrated, just like how the spring breakers didn't want to leave when they thought coronavirus, when the cases were coming up on, like, I would say, the initial wave.
Some
Yeah,
people
we'll be
can't be
back.
saved, yeah. Some people
Because
just-
remember the spring breakers, they didn't want to leave. They were like, this is probably like my last 2020 spring break, da 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 da.
So it's the same thing going to be for 4th of July. So they closed the beaches, which is great. It was an attempt to combat this on a governmental level, but it's not going to make a
You know,
difference.
I laugh because there are people who are using this for politics. There are people that are using this for my constitutional rights are being invaded. There are people who are saying the president doesn't wear a mask, why should I? I gotta tell you something. What has happened to the independence of one's self-thought? If Vinny says to me, I don't like oranges because I don't like oranges, is he going to eat oranges because everybody else does? I mean, what happened to standing up? Because negative stand up and positive stand up, you should be able to say, you know, I'm upset because nobody wears a mask. Why is that the negative? Why is it that people, if you can't come into this store, they go get a 38 and they start shooting? Why is that? How is that normal?
How is that anything about normal?
It's in the news. But why is that? Why is it that that woman that threw a tantrum in California
You know why?
had to get arrested
You
because
know
she didn't want
why?
to wear a mask because
You know
she
why?
couldn't breathe?
Want to know why?
I want to know why.
Because bad news sells. Because
Definitely does.
controversy sells. Because
Definitely
that's what
does.
keeps our media going. The sponsors, because people want to tune in for controversy. They want to tune in to say, I don't like this person. I don't like that one.
Correct.
This segment brought to you by blah, 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 blah. And I don't take this medication, but you know you've got millions of people watching because you know your demographic watching, but here's a new diabetic medicine, and here's a new blood pressure medicine, because this is the demographic that is watching all of this.
Correct.
This is what sells.
I came up with a new theory.
Okay.
They're going to come out with a medicine for the corona. How many people are going to buy it in this room?
What was the
A
medicine?
medicine that cures
Vaccine.
corona. Who's going to buy it?
I think
Oh,
they-
no, I'm not
they're
gonna
selling
buy
a
it.
treatment right now.
I'm good.
I saw something that
I'll
they're going to start
hard
distributing
pass.
a treatment, but it's like $3,200.
Wow.
$3,200.
But they have it, a vaccine?
Bye, Courtney.
It's a treatment distributed by one of those big pharmaceutical companies, and it's $3,200.
To get a cure for the virus.
That's crazy.
Some sort of treatment. I don't know if it's like a for sure cure.
$3,200.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's the plasma treatment. I don't know.
I'm not sure. It's some little box they're giving people.
It's a little box.
I don't know.
I
But
can give you a little box for free.
I think we need to switch over. We're going to go to New Year's resolutions for
How can you how
2020.
to blow my whole New Year?
We're going to change
What's the
it
matter with
over
you?
because you know what happened? I got distracted for 2 minutes because somebody, our next door neighbor from Organic Movements, Courtney Mullins, she saw the truck from Fuego outside and she texted me, oh my gosh, I used to spend, not now, summers in Colombia and Medellin.
And she met him.
And she saw the truck outside and she said, can I come over? So she came over to meet them, so I've been texting her. She was so excited to come meet them. I don't know how you got off on that tangent. I am so sorry because I wanted to have a New Year's event. I got distracted.
You ruined the whole show.
I didn't, you did.
Yes,
You took me off my whole course,
No,
so
because
we're
I'm
going to
trying to
start
get a point
over.
across. I want the kids to get back into the groove of this thing, and they don't seem to be doing it.
But Dina went, she picked up lunch from
Rancherito.
Rancheritos, thanks to Fuego. So we picked up lunch. We're going to have a little bit of a Hispanic 6-month in New Year. July 1st, 2020. We're going to change it
I don't
over.
know what she's
We've
talking
got Jordana Foster coming to join us on the show. Patty Goldenberg on Wednesday for Wonderful Wednesdays, joining us from Fem City, Boca del Rey. I want to hear what everybody's New Year's resolutions are. Are we skipping the old 2020? Are we creating a new 2020?
New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolutions. We're halfway in. New Year's video games you get to do over. We're redoing over 2020 here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. So give us a call. Let us know your New Year's resolutions. 888-994-4995. Grab a mimosa, a margarita, something. Let's celebrate. We'll be right back.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams, and oil drops to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710. 876 1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine. I'm broken inside, don't know where I know I can hide. Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Everyone's enjoying their New Year's, half New Year's celebration is what we're doing. We changed it up. We didn't do like champagne. We didn't do what you normally do. We went Latino style and we got
We're
wine.
doing a
So
Latino
a little
New
more
Year's.
low key. Latino New Year's, halfway through the year. It is July 1st. Delicious lunch brought to you by Ranchitos.
Ranchito, which is fantastic. Actually, Vivian over at the Glaze place, tell them that the cafe sent you, Fuego sent you. They treat you like royalty.
They have 3 locations, one in Boynton, one in West Boca on Glades,
Look,
which I think
everybody's
is
eating.
441.
Even Lenny's eating. I've never seen him eat. I
And
don't know
one
he
in
ate.
East Boca right here on Federal and Spanish River. This menu is unbelievable.
Now, I also want to touch real quick, because we have to move on. We got people lined
line.
up. I did a show last night, Ready, Set, Go Beyond, with Jordana Foster. And she came on there, and she put together a 30-minute, solid, non-stop piece, which I was really, really impressed with. And we were just talking about, Teddy, do you have the piece with the truck? All right, let me know when you have it so we can put it up. We have a gentleman that came in De Fuego today, and he has a mobile unit, like a bus. And in this thing, they put music, and he does entertainment.
What
he
are they
does
called?
voices.
A troubadour.
A troubadour, which I thought was a humidor, but it's not.
And there it is.
And there it is, and this is what we're looking at. And this
Now, everyone
particular-
was on the bus. For some reason, you only see me, but yes, people are on the bus.
And the gentleman with the camera happens to be me, so don't criticize me, but I just went around the bus because I have never seen this before. And this gentleman is inside the bus, the crew is inside the bus, and they're separated by 4 feet. And so you and I didn't go in so that we could keep our distance. But this thing plays music. He's opened up other restaurants.
Miss Claudia.
He's opened up all sorts of things. And this gentleman is now offering businesses a different pivot, a different idea,
Wait,
a different
guys.
way of doing business. And he has speakers on this thing, and he has all sorts of music. And now he's playing the music. And look who's dancing the merengue in American.
The white girl dancing the merengue.
It's the white girl dance.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that he has a painter on his truck who painted. There's the guy's sign. And he's offering people how to pivot. Yeah, I thought this was funny. She's talking to Israel.
I'm talking to Israel. I'm talking to the guy who's cleaning the yards.
She's talking to the birds and the squirrels. But the funny thing about this is that I got to do Jordana's piece last night, and she was talking about pivoting, how to make it happen. We're going to bring her on in a second. But I just wanted to show this tape because we got a phone call of our next door neighbor.
Yes.
Who said that she had been involved in Costa Rica.
Medellin, Colombia. She goes every summer.
And she was on one of these. Is that what she said?
She said she used to go every summer. She owns Organic Movements, which is a spectacular ballet studio. If you've got young children or for dance and everything, and they're doing social distancing, camp starts again in 2 weeks. She said, oh my gosh, I see you have this. And she's got a friend who I think comes and stays here for 6 months out of the year. She was telling Claudia, she came over, they want to have a party. Social distancing, of course, see what they can do and maybe rent it out for a couple hours and tour around. There's plenty of space you can put people on and social distance, just not as many people.
And she brought the kids over here to take a tour.
Yes.
And the kids loved it as well, and constantly changing things. As you can see, if you come down here, we have pieces for you to enjoy. But it's about the new pivot, because the old pivot now is gone by the wayside, and you're going to have to be creative. I think that the one point I want to make on this whole thing, we're going to talk to Jordana, is that you are in constant pivot mode. You constantly have to change your delivery on everything that's going on.
And you can see the new artwork behind us from Amy Rashevsky. This piece happens to be one of my favorites because here is a wand, and it usually hangs vertically behind Freddie, but even horizontally. You see the wand. To me, I see so many amazing angels and fairies and the colors, and it's spectacular. 2 new pieces just came in today, these mosaics, where she's repurposing her old paintings and putting them together as new mosaic pieces, which is truly spectacular. There's a piece behind you, and there's a beautiful flower pot behind me. We have Jay's drawing, Pray for Peace, is hanging in the foyer. It's very quiet here. How's lunch, everybody? It's so good. It's good? All right.
No, you're not supposed to eat the aluminum foil. Take the aluminum foil.
I want to know though, if you have a new New Year's resolution as we go into 2020 and a half, we're halfway through the year. New resolutions?
They find a cure to Corona.
Okay.
My New Year's resolution is to pray every day until they do.
Okay.
Because it's slowing us down.
Any of you guys, new Year's resolutions, new pivot?
I actually do have one.
Let's turn on Dina's mic.
So one thing that I recently saw on my social media feed, if you want to be a millionaire by the age of 55, you need 5 different ways of income. It doesn't matter if it's like multiple jobs or whatever it is. So I think for my 6-month New Year's resolution, I just want to find 2 new ways of income. That's going to be my resolution.
Okay.
That's good. You know, but she's one of the brighter ones in here.
Oh, they're all bright.
No, she's one of the brighter ones in here because she understands
Multiple streams of income.
multiple streams of income. But she came in learning that. She
Callaway?
didn't learn that here.
I do not have a resolution.
Let's turn on all the
I got
mics.
I think I'm on.
No.
I don't have one because I don't have a lot of self-discipline. I know I wouldn't hold it, and so
You know, that's interesting you say that.
okay, yeah. Also, I don't really know what I would make. I don't have anything right now that I'm like, oh, I really want to.
You're still looking for yourself.
I guess, yeah. That could be a resolution.
Find himself.
Find yours.
There you go.
But that's,
And the funny thing is, what's your sign? Are you what's
When's your birthday?
When's your
August
birthday?
20th.
He's a Leo.
You're a Leo. I'm surprised because you usually charge and go get them.
Leo, yes.
You're bored very easily, by the
yeah.
way.
I get bored easily.
Yeah.
That's what Leo's.
Don't
yeah.
get married because you'll
Short
be
attention
divorced
span.
every time you get married.
So look, how about you? New resolution for 2020? You weren't with, I don't think anyone was here with us except for Teddy, and really in 2020. Maybe
Okay,
Kelsey.
And my New Year's resolution is just to keep the same energy. I feel like I've been on this positive vibe throughout this whole situation. I didn't see COVID happening, but I want to keep the same energy, and I want to keep it, just keep pushing through adversity. So I've been doing good for the time being, for being that we're 6 months in.
Is that about discipline, Slick, or is it about energy?
What?
Is it about disciplining yourself? Like Calloway says, he's looking for himself. Is discipline the deal here? Or is it energy?
But I can't say discipline. It's just like I feel like sometimes I'm too nice, like
He says
too
he's too
like
nice. He says he's too nice.
too nice. Yeah.
As Frank
Like
says, no is a complete
when
sentence.
I do meet one-on-one with people, like I feel like my kindness, they take advantage of it. You know.
I hear you. And
Get what I'm
it's
saying?
funny. It's funny because Slick goes, I want to keep my energy up.
Keep my energy. Yeah. No, I do.
He's like King Slick.
It's
man.
like vibe. the
He's
whole
like
thing.
the king. The naked king has a robe on.
Gotta keep
about
the
you,
same
Lenny?
energy though.
You work out more? Bigger muscles. Okay, there you go. Vinny,
Who, me?
Yes.
I got nothing.
you got nothing. Okay. Girls,
I right not have anything.
He doesn't have anything.
anyone's got some New Year's resolutions? Nothing new. You've got Corona on the mind.
I do. I want health. What is yours?
That's a good question.
I think about it. Teddy, you have a New Year's resolution you want to do.
Oh, can you unmute my mic? Oh, I am unmuted. Hello. I want to spend more time with like my grandma, and my family.
More time with family.
More time with family. That's interesting. I thought she wanted less time with family.
I think it makes you take a new position and a re-look at life, which I think is true. I've noticed that. You know, everyone was always on this quick pace to go out on Saturday nights, to how much money can you spend, what can you do, the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing that has always made me crazy. I have no desire to do any of that. I'm quite happy now on a Saturday night ordering in pizza and no makeup or having friends over, watching TV.
That's your New Year's resolution?
It's just reconnecting.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Valerie, what's your New Year's resolution?
Reconnecting, yeah.
Where's Valerie? Yes, Valerie, you have to pick up a mic.
Here, wait. I'm gonna tell me and I'll relay it. We don't have a mic for her. They're all out there. She's thinking.
She's thinking. All right.
Okay.
And
All
while
right, so
she's
let's
thinking,
bring
let's bring in Jordana Foster.
Jordana Foster, and let's ask Jordana what her New Year's resolution is. Maybe
I
she
mean,
can-
a cure for Corona, I would love it.
I like the help.
Better health, better perspective. I still think I'm big on this of being who you are and leveling up and being true to you. And if this has taught me anything, is about you got to stand up for who you are. Forget the manipulation of others. Some say change your energy. Some say change the people that you hang around with. Whatever it is, you got to really love who you are. And those that don't like it, maybe they shouldn't have been part of your circle in the first place.
How do you feel? Jordana, how are you, honey?
Hi, Jordana.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. How are
We're
you?
having our half New Year's re-look at life in 2020 as we go into July 1st. We're halfway through. We're kind of redoing New Year's.
I hear you. I'm going to be covering this on my next show next week because, you know, I'm big on assessments and awareness, and I really think it's important for us to be really clear, especially now, with what we want and who we are and what those next steps are going to be. We just can't just float along.
So what are you seeing? What are you feeling now? We're halfway through 2020.
A lot of things, and it's not so much change for me because I want to tell you that through this whole thing with the last few months, I've been so intentional about how I'm pivoting and my appreciation and gratitude with my family and my circle, and really pushing myself to maximize this new normal that we have and growing my business and inspiring more people. So I guess, and that's what lights me up. So continuing with that and not letting up, because I want to impact as many people as possible, which fulfills me. So continuing what I'm doing, I think, not letting up on the pivot.
How are you impacting more people? And always in a positive light, but for those of you, I just have to reiterate, she's always impacting people in a positive way. How?
Hopefully. Well, having really important conversations with my clients and with my friends and family and people that I meet in networking, and really asking questions and kind of having people look at themselves from a different perspective and asking them what they want and how they're planning on getting there. Because so many people say they want something and they want to change something. I mean, resolutions is a word that
It's hard.
I'm not completely crazy about because, and we shouldn't wait till the 6-month mark. You know, I really think that every day we have an opportunity to improve ourselves with our health, with our mindset, with our business, with where we're going, with how we're impacting others, what we're doing in the community. We have an obligation to ourselves and others to show up. And that's what my mission is, or resolution, or whatever you want to call it. I want to continue doing this because we need this right now. And I know the lives that I'm affecting from a business standpoint and a personal standpoint. And this is why I'm here. I mean, it just gets me going.
Let me ask you a question. I kind of feel that people are still very, very isolated. As much as things are opening, there are those that we spoke about that are still socially isolated, business isolated. How can we help? And even when you're home on the weekends, you're not going out with friends as much. I am not work isolated, but socially more isolated, right? Not work, but socially. How do we stay in touch with those that are also socially isolated?
Excellent question. So that's a 2-part question and answer. So I want to talk about the people who are feeling isolated. We all are in the same boat. I'm at home. I'm not at the studio. I'm not there physically with you guys. But we can't allow the reality of the proximity to stand in our way. And I know that that's hard because this virus, this situation, everything that's happening and that has happened has really limited us to do things the way we used to do in the past. But I really love like the picture you showed and the video of the guy with the bus and also the artist behind you. It's about pivoting and looking at things and not looking at what you can't do, but acknowledging what's happening right now, what's not allowing you to be in person, and then allowing you to get on a Zoom, get on a FaceTime, get on a WhatsApp, get on the phone, and still stay connected. Because the longer you feel like this is holding you back in quicksand, the harder it's going to get for you to get out of this. Whether it's a business that has shut down, or you've been furloughed at work, or what was working isn't bringing you the money and that you need to pay the bills. And everybody, I've been affected. We've all been affected. It's how we choose to handle this. And so staying connected virtually is key. Showing up is key. Getting on the phone and asking someone how they're doing, or how can I help you? Or what is it that you're working on? I don't always like to say, how are you doing? Because truthfully, somebody's going to always start by saying what's wrong. Well, you know, money and I don't feel good and this happened. But I always like to reframe it, and I share my clients, because with my clients I say, tell me something good.
There you go, you started with a positive.
Well,
Tell me something good that's happened. Tell me what's good with you.
Well, one of the things that and I didn't get a chance to talk to Jordana because I had shows after her, but you know, I think that and this is tricky because we never got out of the first wave, we're sort of in the second wave. The mindset has changed again. This time, there's going to be a ton of businesses are not going to come back. It's just not going to happen. So you have to sort of pivot your pivot. You got to have to fix and improve what you did the first time, and it worked. They got things open, except that people got out of hand, self-discipline, and you're going to have to reenact the second time to get this thing going. Now, people say to me, they give me the wave. It didn't work the first time. It didn't work. It ain't going to work the second time. And I think that this time, it's about being more positive towards yourself. Accountability. I want the millennials in here. I want the younger crowds. I need them to talk, not me to talk. Ain't nobody listening to my noise no more. They think they're invincible. I get it, man. I was 21, 28, 24. I was there too before they were. And I felt invincible. I told that to my dad, may he rest in peace. I need them to deliver the message. So I wanted to ask you, you're a coach. You're teaching people how to take more accountability and to bring themselves forward. Like attitude, the thing with the eyes and everything else, that's all part of your business card. I get it. How do I get this to the younger audience? How do I get kids to understand that what they are going to do is they're going to change this country without even them knowing they're going to change this country? How do we do that, Jordana?
So is the question, how do we get the younger generation to realize the impact that they can make?
Correct.
Is that the question?
Correct.
Okay. So I think that with this generation, and those are my kids, you know, I have boys in college, 2 boys in college who are everything to me, the love of my life. I think it's about realizing that they can make a difference, but they have to be very intentional, not just with your thoughts. It starts with your thoughts, but with your actions and also who you're surrounding yourself with. And to be very clear on what path you want to take. You know, it could be about, and I'm not getting into politics, but it could be about getting people to vote because maybe their generation isn't voting and they want to do something like that. It might be about what's happening with Black Lives Matter. It might be with COVID and bringing more awareness about let's all get together, but let's wear a mask and do social distancing. Or it might just be kindness. Or one of your interns was talking about what they can do to make $1 million by the age of 55. They need to find what resonates with them, not what someone else told them to do. Because there's no passion if it's not your own. And then when they can embrace something, they're going to work hard for it. They're going to talk to people about it. They're going to get on social media, which is their platform. And I really think that, I mean, that's not just with the younger generation, that's with every generation. We really need to understand that we all are here to make a difference and make an impact. And it starts with us, but it's not just an all talk and no action. We need to be very clear on what we want to do. You might need an accountability partner or a coach to help guide you. And then you need to take some steps to get there, because sometimes it can feel really overwhelming depending upon how big of a task or a project they want to take on. But know that they can do it.
They become the table setters, and so many things have changed. And I love that you're always smiling, and I love the way you actually sit with intent and you listen and you reframe the question to make sure you're clear on what you're answering, which I don't see anybody do. So that's quite impressive, something to learn from, because you're actually truly present in the moment. Because we can ask something and you think about squirrel, shiny things. Oh, they're eating lunch and he's over here, and here's a text from my son. But you are clearly here in the moment, and I think that is something that going forward that people can actually see, and there's your dog behind you, to learn from that. And you are home and you're not out doing, but you are still growing your business. I would love to bring Jordana in on BYOB also.
Yes, I think she would be a good addition to that, and I get to do that show every Tuesday night, and I think, Jordana, you hit the mark yesterday. I love the fact that she calls you out. You know, accountability in business is everything. No matter what you think, it is everything. You can do all the pomp and circumstances you want, but you have to point to yourself and say, listen, I got to make it better. I got to make it safe. I got to sell my business. I got to be the face of the business. I got to take it to another level when everybody else is running around in panic. That is the difference between a playmaker and a player. And you're looking at a playmaker.
Thank you so much. I appreciate what you both said. And I want you both to know, and the whole audience, and be completely authentic. This in no way means that I'm not concerned about what's going on. I'm not worried. I don't need to have my own accountability because I have mentors that I utilize. I am just speaking from all of the time and effort and energy and money that I've spent on my own personal growth to really assess things, to take a step back, like Dawn said, to listen because I don't want to assume that the question you asked me, I knew there were so many pieces to it that I wanted to make sure I answered it correctly. And I think so many times we just jump in. We jump into a project, we jump into a business without really evaluating. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want people to jump in because when you overanalyze too much, you do nothing. A confused mind does nothing. But I do want people to understand that you need to have the fear of going after a new job, starting a new business, starting over, getting into a virtual meeting when you don't have any clue about how Zoom or FaceTime or any of the technology works. Because people are counting on us to do that. Our family is counting on us. Our community is counting on us. And most of all, we are counting on us. And if we don't do that, shame on us.
It's repivoting, repositioning, and really, truly staying focused to what it is.
Well, we have a show that we produce in California, The Reinvented Life. And she used reposition, there's a bunch of re's in there. And what I want to do is I want to do a network with her because I would love to do a West Coast, East Coast network because I think it includes everybody in between. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to have to get hip to the game because what's happening right now is no longer a game, it's life and death. And you got to listen to those that feel they know and can help you grow and do what you got to do, whether it's that age group, whether it's this age group, or the bubble in between. We got to stop being stupid because we're acting stupid.
Well, look at this text I just got.
I saw that.
Right? So my son graduated law school. The bar was scheduled for July 28th. And they changed. Instead of everyone going to Tampa in the state of Florida, they said half will go to Tampa, half will go to Orlando. Everyone had to wear a mask. Everyone had their own tables. They would be 6 feet apart, which meant you had to check into a hotel. You took somebody with you, restaurants, all of these things. It just came out today at 12:30. The Florida bar exam is now going to be administered online, August of 2020. So the July 28th exam has been postponed to August 18th, and it will be done online, and then it goes all of this, and I guess the law schools and everything else will be working with all of these kids on how they're doing it. Everyone is repositioning instead of canceling. So it doesn't mean now's the time to check out. You just got to reposition and make it work. You know, kudos to the Supreme Court for passing this and putting this through and not putting thousands and thousands of more people in exposure in these convention centers.
Well, and if they're doing it at that level, you know, at this level, you're going to have to do it too. Major League Baseball is going to open up with a 60-game schedule. The NBA is going to open up. You can't shut the country down. But, ladies and gentlemen,
and then we're going to lead us into what you were going to talk about.
We're going to talk about education. This doesn't take a whole lot of doing. It really doesn't. It's not an infringement of your constitutional right. It's about making it so you're safe. I want to talk also on the next time, we're going to take a commercial break.
Yep.
I want to talk about education, about what's happening at that level. Wait till you hear this thing that's coming.
What's going on with your boys' schools?
So my oldest son is graduating at the end of the summer, and he's up there in Tampa, but everything's virtual, of course. And my youngest son is at home and working right now before he goes back. But I don't know what's going to be happening with school, if it's going to be in session or if it's all going to be virtual in the fall. They haven't.
Well, you want to hear.
Where does he go to school?
And congratulations, Dawn, on your son. That's
Thank you. It's been a lot of emotions, and this bar was a huge, he's been studying, and this has been a huge thing. And we said, just study and see what happens. And then they changed it, just keep studying and see what happens. And we talked about the ACTs this morning. The ACT exams keep getting canceled and postponed. So life goes on, but it goes on differently. Yeah.
There's a lot of adjusting, and we have to expect this. I don't know what's going to be happening with all of these new cases and everything. But we just need to be able to adapt and pivot.
How do want people be able to contact her before you go?
I do. No, Jordana, you have time you can stay with us?
Sure.
Okay, no, I wanted to
put them together also because Jordana speaks for Fem City also.
Yes, I want to put Patty on the side. I want to talk about the school thing. Let's take a commercial break so we can
All right,
calculate.
stay with us. We've got Patty from Fem City. We're going to put her on another camera. This way you can all do your Fem City, and Dina's going to talk to us a little bit about education.
About what's going on with the
Patty,
school?
thank you for walking in today and the lights stayed on.
So let's take a
Love Patty from Fem City.
Let's take a commercial break.
We're going to take a commercial break, 888-994-4995, and we'll be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Shut everything down, put that.
Can you name that song?
I can't name that, but I know it.
Cinderella.
Is it?
A dream is a wish your heart makes. Boom.
Only women would know that.
Only me and Dina might know that, I think. And I'm sure Teddy and Val, I'm sure all the girls know.
Wow, I thought it was Wish Upon a Star.
And we did that one. That was Pinocchio. Good call. That was a Jiminy Cricket moment. That is the music of Lenny Marine. He is our in-house maestro, working very hard. He's polishing up those keys in his fingers. And
the piano's has not been.
They're coming tomorrow to tune
Yeah, it
the
has not
piano.
been toned, so that isn't Kenny playing crooked.
They're coming tomorrow. It had to get used to the climate. It's new climate, the piano. Had to sit for a little bit, get used to it.
It likes the beach.
Had to get used to its new climate before they can come tune it. So they'll be here tomorrow. They've been amazing grandmasters, piano, and tuners and movers if you need any help with your piano. We've got Patty with us from Fem City. We've got Jordana Foster joining us, another guest from Fem City and host of Ready, Set, Go Beyond on our AMP2 Media Productions Network. And we've got Dina. We're talking about schools and education and how things are pivoting. We're just talking how the Florida Bar has now postponed the July 28th exam. It is now going to be online August 18th of 2020. And so much down to if you've registered your laptop fees versus your handwriting, the essay fees. Things are changing and pivoting. What's happening that you know, Dina, in schools?
Well, yes, this is obviously a huge
Turn on her mic.
Now, school's coming back in August. We want to know, are we going back? What are the decisions that are making? And personally, my university, I'm going to be a senior at Franklin Pierce University. They just decided we are going to go back, which is great news. I would love to fulfill my senior year on campus, but it comes with a lot of baggage. They're putting a lot of rules in place, COVID rules that you have to abide by, and basically there is going to be no social life necessarily outside of the classroom. So masks have to be worn everywhere besides your dorm. You're not allowed to eat at the dining hall. Everything's going to be takeout, and there's just some things mean more to the students than on the grand scheme of things. I know we need to realize that education is obviously the top priority, and it's great that we will have that in-house, in-class experience, but we're also paying for the college experience. There's more that comes with it besides learning, which is obviously number one, and that's what they're focusing on, which is great. But a lot of students are confused as to why it is not an option, why all these universities are making a cross-platform online status. Every university is going to be online in case a student has COVID. If a student is sick, we're not going to be playing any games. If you're sick, you don't come in, you don't go to class, and it's available online. But with this availability, why don't we have the option to do it from home and save the money of the expenses of your food plan and your living space? So it is a controversy, but some information I do have, not all schools, not all universities, which I know, are going back. There's about 61% that are planning it in person, with 20% proposing a hybrid model. So that's basically essentially going to be all online. And then there's like a sliver of considering a range of scenarios. So let's say there's an outbreak while you're at school. What are you going to do? Do you send everyone home? Do they get their money back? There's just so many things that could happen. They need to plan accordingly. And then also there's 20% still waiting on a decision.
Interesting.
Okay, but then I want to ask, if you have been taking online, because we had 3 months of it.
Right.
That is no longer being optioned to people that are out of state, correct? Because if you're in state, you're gonna go home. If you're out of state, you got a dorm. So that is going to be off the table for some schools. I know FAU is opening up and you gotta go to school.
Right. If you're enrolled, they expect you to go. Like, unless obviously there are certain scenarios, if you have COVID, if you're ill, if you have other medical reasons that you can't be around this many people, that is the only reason you are allowed to do it online from your home. But if you're enrolled and you're healthy and I have to go back to New Hampshire.
You have to be in New Hampshire because you are an out-of-state student and they're not giving you a choice.
Right.
And this is a problem for me.
We have to remember all universities, it is a business at the end of the day, and I understand that's what they have to do. But they just need to think they're going to have a lot of angry parents on the phones if they don't.
Exactly. And I'm going to bring Patty into the conversation. I want to bring Jordana into the
Patty,
conversation.
you have a son still in college?
I have a son. He is.
Is John Patty's mic?
She's on.
Okay.
You're good. Just
You're
keep
on.
talking.
You're on.
He's doing graduate work right now. He was unfortunately a senior this past year at University of Florida, so he did miss out on his graduation and all of the, last rites of seniors, the last formals and all of that. He is back, in town doing online classes. He finished online, and he's just waiting to see. He is planning to live in town as opposed to coming home, just because he had that arranged already. But he doesn't know, and it is unfortunate. I know some universities have already come out and said they are not going back in the fall at all. It's going to be online, period. But like you said, so many are saying that they're going back or they're waiting to hear. But at, come end of August, what is that really going to be?
Exactly, and they already set a date for when I'm going back.
Keep the
and
mics
that's gonna
open.
be right in the beginning of August. So what most universities are planning, they want to make sure students are out sooner than we
Did she
usually
turn
are.
hers on?
So pretty much they're going to start sooner. Usually most universities start August 26th or at the end of August, and now they're going to start in the beginning of August. So when Thanksgiving break comes, we don't have to go home. We don't have to have any extra travel. We're just going to do work straight through, like no snow days, no holidays, nothing is going to be off, so that we can finish our first semester before Thanksgiving break. And then we have that long winter break where we don't have to have the constant travel of going back and forth.
Okay, but then I have to talk, and Jordana, I'm going to get your opinion in 1 second.
Her son is still in college
Yes,
also.
she is. But I want you to know, my kids are out of school and everything else. But I look at you, if you were my daughter, I would be upset for the simple matter. I know it's a business.
I'm looking at how upset you are right now that she's going back.
Oh, I am furious.
Can you see his eyes?
It's a
He's
business.
like-
It's a business. I've been in business over 50 years. I started business when I was 9 years old. But your life to me means more than business. I don't understand this. This is ridiculous. You're going to put people in harm's way because it's a business. That ain't right.
That's,
and and I want to get Jordana, because I know you have 2 kids in school, right?
One.
One kid in school.
So I agree, first of all, with Patty and her son, we're experiencing that because we're missing out on my son. My oldest son is going to miss his graduation ceremony that we've all been excited about. He didn't get to have the full senior experience, missed spring, their whole spring, all of it, okay? Now, my youngest son, this is interesting. So my youngest son, they're saying they're going back, but I have a feeling it's going to be online. We made a commitment with his off-campus housing for a year, okay? So that we're locked in.
Yep.
And if it's all online, that's a lot of money. Now, I was paying 2 of them while they were both at the same time, but to be paying that and then have it be all online when he could be at home, it's a very tough situation for the parents, let alone the whole situation with regards to putting the kids at risk. I mean, there are so many conversations, and I know that it's considered it is a business and it's about making money, but there's a lot of pieces to this that really need to be looked at from a whole different perspective. in my
That
opinion.
and the public school systems opening up, Broward County.
Oh.
I saw that if they take whatever model they take,
You saw the 3 models?
they're looking at potentially needing to hire over 4,000 new teachers because there's only going to be 14 kids in a classroom. The millions of dollars that's going to cost to do that versus the parents say, my kids have to be back in school because we have to go to work. And so the parents have to go. I mean, everyone is right in this situation. So you can't even say everybody's wrong. Everyone is right in their opinions, but there is no 100% way to make everybody happy. And the finances of this, when the schools had no money anyway, now you're looking at like $30 million to bring in more teachers on what this is going to look like. And then these kids that rely on school for food. I mean, the levels of this is enormous.
Well, there's also the House of Representatives last night approved about 30-day extension about not getting thrown out of your apartment.
Yes, August 1st, right?
Because that was just expired today, about getting kicked out because you can't pay the rent. I mean, you know, you're going to have to be a little bit more intelligent, ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen.
why only 30 days, I'm wondering?
They're only going in for 30 days. I don't know. I guess at the end of July, a magic pill will come out of the sky. Are you kidding me?
Well, maybe they think another stimulus
But this is
is coming in. I don't
ridiculous
know.
already.
I know.
But you know, the bottom line here is if you pay for a year of boarding school and they're going to put you online, you're going to stay home, you got to reimburse the money. You got to send the money. Listen, you write a check, you put it in the mail the way you got it, and you send it back.
And I think what's more concerning for me are the kids in the dorms. If you have an apartment and you've got a roommate and you've got 2 roommates, you have your own. Now you're talking college, graduate school. Intelligent people know how to do social distancing, right? We're assuming all of this.
The lights are turning out.
I hope someone just did that, Patty, and it's not you. But the younger kids, right, and they tell me they're locked into this, but the dorms, when meningitis was so rampant when my kids went to school, living in the dorms was a big thing, and the vaccinations. You're having people living on top of each other, sharing communal bathrooms, things that aren't, and maybe it's not spread by
Is that the dorm
touch.
life?
That's dorm life. It's not
I
even
never
just
lived in
an
a dorm.
apartment, right? That's
No,
different than
she's
living in a
right.
dorm. You're moving it back into a dorm.
Yes, actually, so when you're freshmen, you live with one person. However, you're in a long hallway.
Yeah.
So then that's when you have the communal bathroom. And then when you're a sophomore, you get an even bigger place. So now that I'm a senior, I'm living in a house. However, I'm living with 6 other girls. And my school, personally, actually, I shouldn't just say my school, a lot of universities, even just in New Hampshire in general, want you to wear masks everywhere besides your dorm, because if you have breathing problems, like they can't force you to wear a mask in your own space. So that's why when you're with your roommates, you have to just make sure to sanitize everything, stay clean. But also, all schools, especially my school, you are getting tested before you get to enter, before you get to move your things in. Everyone is getting tested for corona, and it's not an option. If you aren't getting tested, you're not coming back. So they're not, obviously the people that are positive are not going to be allowed to go back. And it goes on and on. But the thing that I am grateful for is that they are taking it seriously. They are putting our health first, but then we're also all young kids, and all the ones that aren't going to be positive, we're going to be depressed in our rooms where we can't even go to a bingo night, something as simple as bingo night. We can't go to the dining hall. We can't do the little things that keep us sane as we're going to class every day.
So let me ask you about the dining hall. So what is your dining experience supposed to be if you are living on
There is
campus?
none.
They are doing it
takeout,
all
right?
takeout now.
Now, I know, and I don't want to rat out the school, but I know that my daughter went and picked an SEC school because she wanted the experience, what you're talking about.
Like University of Florida, these big football schools. Yeah,
Like,
University
I went,
of Miami,
I
yeah.
went to Georgia. She went to Georgia. And I went to Georgia to visit.
You
because
don't keep secrets very well.
I
That
don't keep
lasted 2
secrets.
seconds.
You know what? I'm not
How
going
long
to
were
be
you in school?
politically anything.
By the way, she went.
Slick tell me I don't have to be. But FAU, my son was going to FAU, Freddie, and we went up to Georgia because they played Georgia at Georgia. And me and Freddie, we climbed 7,000 feet because that stadium is huge, and we went out there. And then after the game, the FAU got destroyed. We were winning at halftime. And then we walked the streets of Georgia, and there was a party school. And in a party school, there's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of hanging out. There was everything in the world that you want to experience as a student
college
when you
life.
go to SEC. The problem is, you're going to have to put an end to that. How do you do that?
That was the first rule. For the entire fall semester, no parties, no social gatherings, and that's the number
What
one
about
rule.
Greek life?
Oh, well,
See,
for
both my
school
boys are
personally, we don't-
fraternity.
Yeah.
Fraternity, what do you do? There ain't going to be no fraternity.
Well, I told you my nephew got it. They opened up his frat house in Orlando. He and the other 100 guys all got COVID. Now, fortunately, they're all fine because they are, young,
20.
strapping guys who are always lit, as they say. Laughing.
She's got it.
I don't know why you're
got
laughing.
it.
It ain't funny.
But that's exactly what happened. They opened up his dorm over the summer, and they all got COVID.
And the funny thing that's not so funny is that they got by. The 100 guys got
Because
by.
thank goodness, they're all good.
But they got by. It's the one case that doesn't
Yes.
get by. It's that one case that doesn't slip and get by and say, listen, I had it, I'm okay, I'm cool. It's that one case. It's the one, because somebody's going to come
Or
and
it's the
knock on
one
the
that
door.
brings it home to their parents or their
I was going to say, if
grandparents.
they come home and visit their families.
Right, that's the other thing.
And that's why
that's-
they're limiting all travel for the entire semester. So you will not be going home for Thanksgiving break and coming back. Once we leave for break, we're gone for those 3 months until the next semester starts up. And then that's what a lot of universities are doing. We're just going to work straight through.
That's a long time. That's like a whole nother summer vacation home.
It's a whole lot of working with not a lot of fun,
So
but
you're home from Thanksgiving through New Year's.
Yep.
So that's like 8 weeks.
Yes.
Now, there's some other options where you work on campus.
That means we get her back in November, she
Radio
said.
and television and all that is put to the side. You know, I was going to make a suggestion. I want you to let them know that, you know, you can do this virtually from there. I can run their radio station. I can run their TV station, even though you're there and I'm here. I've done it before with New York City. I can do that. So if they don't want the downside of doing it, for whatever reason, we can do it on our side.
Right.
They just got to give you access to the room.
No, I agree. I think we need to keep some of it alive for students to be happy. Like, we need to do something. All clubs are going to be canceled. All sporting, all fall sports are canceled. Everything's canceled. So it's
That's
just going to be
amazing.
classes, wear your mask, go back to your room, go to the dining hall, get some food for takeout, and go back to your room. That's it.
a big mental health issue. I know mental health had been a really big focus, back before COVID. And imagine the hit that, people's mental health is going to take when you are just cooped up. The only thing you can do is go to class with your mask and then come back to a very small, tiny space.
If that
day
in
in,
fact
day
truly
out.
happens. Now, in theory, that's what they say is going to happen.
Right. They gave us a date
Right.
for when we're going to go
Do
back.
you see the
but
dorm police? You've got more than you and your roommate in this. That's what I'm saying, though.
Be
They're
careful,
going,
be careful with that statement. You saw what happened in Miami. They brought in the Corey police.
I'm just
There's
saying.
20 of them in Miami. They give out thousands and thousands
I
of
think
dollars.
there's 150 or something now
Yes.
here in Broward, in
Yes.
Palm Beach County, right?
They are looking now, and they are going to enforce the law because we are not able to control ourselves. Now, we're going to run out of time here, and I wanted to talk to Patty. That's a great segment, thank you. I wanted to talk to Patty because you have business people in your cluster.
Including Jordana.
Including Jordana, who is a speaker and everything on her. I want to know what the pulse is going on with these businesses.
Thank you, Dina. That was awesome.
The pulse is we're just doing the best we can, and everyone is trying to move forward, but also in wait and see. Nobody really knows what is going on. The rules keep changing. We keep getting direction to move forward in one way, and then closings are happening or people are pulling back. So, it is an interesting topic. It's something we are exploring, talking more about at our August online event. Here we've talked before, Fem City itself is all virtual through the end of August. So all of our events are virtual. We're doing the best we can on Zoom and trying to connect that way. But that's really where we're at.
I feel like it's a hurry up and wait.
It is.
People speed up to a red light. If we're going. I gotta get to that red light.
It is. It
And,
is.
and Jordana, you can kick in and talk whenever you want on this piece. I have to ask you, as a businesswoman that has tons of businesses around you, what can we do to make it better?
Wear your masks. I know that's a hot topic, but I think if people do adhere to some of the guidelines that have been put in place, we will move forward faster. I know I personally, when I was out the few times going to a restaurant to eat outside, most of them were doing a great job in spreading out the tables, servers wearing masks. I had a server bring a pen wrapped in a paper napkin so they're not touching anything. Most have touchless pay. But then you go to the bar area, even in the restaurants that are following the distancing with their tables, the bar areas are just side by side by side by side. And that's, I know, has to be a reason that bars are now closed. And I think it certainly helped. We're all tired of being cooped up and isolated and we want to get together and we want to socialize in person, but I don't think we're there yet.
No,
But can
think it's just
I
the
say
other.
something? Patty's
Yes.
doing an amazing job with Fem City, you know, bringing everybody together and having these, we're making do with the virtual component, okay? But I do think that we have no control over what's happening with restaurants, how people are abiding by rules or not wearing masks. We only can control what we can control. So we really need to plug into the networking events like Fem City or be a part of, you know, your show and my show and get ourselves out there with the visibility for our businesses and stay connected and see how we can collaborate and see how we can help each other and support each other and not allow what is happening and acknowledging what's happening stop us from moving forward, because that's what's going to hold us back. And then in 6 months or a year or whatever, this goes up and down and they change this, we're going to be complaining about what we didn't do, not what we did do. So
That's
we
true.
need
It
to
is
really
amazing.
align ourselves with people like this group and all of us here on the screen right now. We really need to make a decision of how we want to come out of this, but how we want to be right now. And I think that being a part of Fem City has been amazing. And I love the energy and being a part of this show and having my show and coaching. You need to surround yourself, but you can't allow yourself to really just let everything that's happening stop you from what you want to do. You just have to make adjustments, and you need to be creative. Like
You
that
know,
guy.
Heidi, but that's easy because you're a coach.
No, it's not easy.
No, it's easy for you to say it, but it's hard for people to put their hands around it because they are so panic stricken.
Well, it's the money behind it. It's
Well,
not that
and-
people don't want to grow their business. They're financially
strapped.
Some are financially strapped, and others have more money than they know what to do with because they've had this structure in place where they got the PPP and they got the loans and they got and they're sitting like nothing ever happened. And there are those solopreneurs that this was supposed to help. And from my experience, this is just my opinion, it was not set up, I think, the way it would have helped so many other
Well,
people.
there's $15 billion still in the PPP money that came out yesterday. And you know something? If you can understand how to apply for it and you get it, congratulations. But those that did are making more money now than they did before this whole thing started. But my challenge is this. I want Fem City to take the OBYB, the BYOB deal. I want 10 companies to start with that. Jordana, I want you involved.
BYOB, build your own business, build your own
yes,
brand.
we
It's
do
not,
that.
it's not BYOB, but yet on a Friday night we could BYOB
Jordana, I
it.
want you involved in this. I want 10 different ideas that can help those 10 businesses get to wherever we got to go. No idea is too small, no idea is too big. I want to get 10 inputs because I believe that the conversation on the table is that we can help one another grow and not think about what happened yesterday. Let's think about what's going to happen tomorrow. And I think that with coaching and with business expertise, and you're going to have the media behind you, and I'm willing to pledge all of it. All of it. I'll put it on the radio. I'll put it on TV. I got no problem with it. I want to see 10 ideas come forward because I'm going to tell you something. If we don't stop doing what we're doing right now, if we don't change what we're doing right now, half of us will not be here in 6 months. We won't be back. And that's the scary thing right now that has me up a tree. Okay? You got to make the deal. You got to make the pivot. Got to do it. Got to do it.
Jordana, how do people find you?
They can contact me on my emails, readysetgobeyond@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, which is johnmaxwellgroup.com/Jordana Foster, or go to my Facebook page, Ready, Set, Go Beyond, where all my shows are.
I always
Thank
love
you so
having
much.
you. You're
Tuesday
amazing.
nights. What time?
Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I love being here. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Jordana.
Thank
I want to
you.
run a little bit over, Patty, because I know I connected you with your CBD store with Jay
Yes.
Cortez.
Yes.
How's that going?
We have not actually spoken yet, but I'm very excited to. We've messaged, and I'm looking forward to meeting her, I guess, virtually again. But yes, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
They're
for the
going to be
connection.
virtually joining us here tomorrow. So if you are in the area and you want to come in, you can virtually speak to her on screen because we are going to be talking to them from their Boynton store.
Oh, awesome.
And they have a Boca store, an East Boynton store, and They're now on radio. They're now in WWNN. And she said the hardest thing, they have 4 brick and mortar stores. The hardest thing she said is her job was always going out and networking. She cannot be doing that right now. So she was very excited about making this introduction. They're relatively new to the Florida area. So I think this is a great win-win all the way around. And a lot of people. But I would love to bring Patty in. We talked about this last week, I
Yes,
think.
to do the opioid.
That you are the interviewer, and you will interview other people from Fem City.
Yes.
And
we want-
Jordana as well.
That's why I kicked that 10-story thing out.
But I just wanted to, that we're not interviewing you, you are interviewing
them.
people.
No.
Awesome.
Exactly, and I think it's important that we come out. No, it's important that we come out with what we're coming out, because people are hitting the panic button. It ain't the first, it's the second dance. I get it. Trust you, me, I get it. I understand it. But we have to show people we will overcome. We're going to take this to another level. We're going to take this sideways and then upwards, and we're going to overcome this thing. If you give in now, if you start saying, I can't do, you're right, you're going to fail. And then what? What do you got to look forward to when you fail?
Absolutely nothing. And there have been challenges before. There will be challenges tomorrow. There are always challenges. They are just different challenges. And you just have to meet those challenges and go forward.
And I got to tell you, Patty, again, because you brought us to this amazing space by connections. We had Fuego today, and they had a troubadour bus outside, an open window bus that was all painted. I guess it's a thing in Colombia. So Courtney texted me from Organic Movements, and she went, "Oh my gosh, you have this," and she, whatever it is in Spanish. I used to go to, I guess, Medellin every summer.
Yes.
So she came over to meet them because they were here, and the connections through Fem City are spectacular.
Well, I read this in a book before. Everything we get in life, we get through other people. That's not that someone actually gives it to you, but through the connection and meeting that person who connects you with the next person who connects you with the next person. And I believe that's true.
And it's not always a 30-second connection, because we've been working together for a couple years. We met Courtney a couple years ago. She brought the girls over last week for the first time, since we've been here in 6 months, because Lenny now plays the piano and the girls hear it on the other side of the wall.
Oh,
so we had these beautiful
wonderful.
6 little ballerinas come over with their masks and their ballet boots. So sweet. And it's the relationships that Fem City brings forward. As you always say, patience, it'll come. It's those relationships that you all bring forward.
Yes, well, thank you. That is really what we are about. Fem City is all about connecting women in business and supporting our communities in a spirit of positivity and gratitude. And that's what we strive to do every day.
And how do people join?
And I used to always make fun because it's a women's organization. But do you know, I'm going to tell you, I watch everything you guys do. And males are beginning to learn to follow the footsteps of what you're doing. It is an unbelievable thing that's going on, and it has to be brought forward. Fem City right now has such a calling to help women on one side of the equation because of what's going on right now. And this is why I love that Jordana was on with us today. I didn't even know that she was going to be here today when I asked Jordana yesterday.
Well, then I positioned Patty's time because I know they work well together.
Perfect. Yes, well, and Jordana is actually going to be facilitating our summer book club event. She facilitated last year, and we are having our summer book club on July 23rd, and we are reading Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, and Jordana is going to facilitate our discussion. So,
Fantastic.
Very excited.
How do people join Fem City?
You can find us on femcity.com or and look for Boca del Rey under locations. You can also find us on Facebook at Boca del Rey at Fem City. And then I will share a special link right in the thread on today's show where you can get a discount on membership. We do have a free 30-day trial membership, but you can save on our annual or monthly memberships with the link that I'll share with Brooklyn Cafe.
I love having you. Thank you for your patience. Last week, Patty walked in the door and blew out the whole building. No, Patty didn't, but she opened the door.
Today she just blew out the lights.
She opened the door and the entire, not just our studio, the entire building went out
It
till the
was
next
not me.
day. It was not you, but I'm glad. Thank you for your patience and coming back. Check out Fem City Boca Del Rey. I'm telling you, it's the connections you meet, and everything is now virtual, so everyone stay safe. We're going to bring you through BYOB, so think about who you're going to interview first. Going to bring that forward. Jordana Foster, as always, Ready, Set, Go Beyond on Tuesday nights at 7:30. Ready to rock and roll? Happy Half New Year, everybody. Cheers to you, to pivoting, to growing your business. Bring your brand, grow your business,
I don't
BYOB.
know what that means, but okay, Happy New Year.
Happy Half New Year. Reassess what we're doing in 2020. Make it work for you and be kind to each other.
And this is the best time to reassess because, yes, we are going through hard times. We are all this together. Just because you think that you are alone, you're not. All of us putting our minds together, we're going to overcome. So you know what? Just remember what I always tell you. We'll see you tomorrow, and don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna say and craters, open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche, helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors, just a ray of light.